Hey everyone, welcome to It Tastes Different Gaming Appetizers. In this episode, we're talking about Sony granted patent for official PS5 faceplates. So Sony has put a patent in and was granted the patent for official PS5 faceplates. Basically, the plates, outer plates on the PS5 can be taken off and interchangeable. There were some companies, some third-party companies, especially one in particular called I don't remember what they were called, but anyway, somebody else might know. But anywho, some third-party company was trying to make faceplates, and it had made some and kind of sold some for a little while. And Sony kind of knocked them down, and then they kind of came back for a little bit, and Sony pushed them down again, and now they're kind of gone. So, or at least they're not making the faceplates anymore. They're probably doing other stuff. But so it looks like we're going to get official ones from Sony at some point, I would imagine. And I don't see anything. I'm wondering if these faceplates are going to be just from Sony and that's where you can buy them from, or if they're going to allow third parties to manufacture their own faceplates. I would assume they're going to allow third parties to manufacture their own, but we'll have to see. One third party did try and they kind of pushed them away. Maybe it was just to get the patent on it, and then they can kind of spread the love everywhere and make other people pay the money to design these, so it's official instead of unofficial. But we'll go around and see what you guys think about this. So Shane, how about you, man? What do you think?
Sony can slurp my butt, plain and simple for this. I think Sony will do anything to make profits nowadays. Don't get me wrong, I know they're a corporation and blah blah blah, but sometimes you just take crap too far. I think faceplates, they've been throwing out lawsuits and, scaring people because they were trying to make third-party stuff. Even a few of the wrap places I think we're catching crap. So, no, Sony can kiss my ass on these. I won't buy one. I will wrap it. I will, I wouldn't mind even doing the hydro dip. I think that would be cool. But no, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I just hate when Sony gets overly greedy. I think that brings them down as a company. It brings down their gamers. It hurts everybody but Sony, and Sony don't care. The faceplates are cool. I mean, I'm looking at mine right now. I mean, it's a really cool design that Sony came up with for the PS5. It truly is. And I'm happy to see Microsoft and Sony do different things this year and keep it such a difference. And it's great, except for, Sony is going to market themselves out of people buying their faceplates because of their greed and their just selfishness on it. But I know they're a corporation, but I hate corporations for the most part. So that's just me. Pat, what about you, buddy?
Yeah, this was starting to sound like a condom commercial there for a little bit there, Shane, talking about wrapping it and dipping it and everything. I was wondering where this was going.
For your pleasure.
Yep. As Nick stated early on, there was a company out there when PlayStation 5 first came out called PlayStation 5. That's what they were naming themselves. And Sony kind of reached out to them talking about the confusion, and they changed their name to Customize My Plates. And went a while without anything, and then we heard Sony actually sent them a cease and desist letter on the plates. Like, I think it was November of last year, maybe even like December or something. We heard last year. So basically, Sony went after them, shut them down. So they had plans to get this done, or they saw a missed opportunity that they had. It's their intellectual property, so I kind of see where they're coming from. If you don't protect your patent, then you're going to lose your patent, right? That's the patent. First rule of patent law. If you don't protect your patent, you lose your patent. So they probably figured this is what they have to do if they want to keep it. And they'll do just like everybody else is. I think they'll license it out to all those people that make like PlayStation accessories. They'll say, okay, you can put your officially licensed stamp on here and make these. You also have to think about this as, the plates are part of the system too, right? They serve a function. They serve a function of airflow and all this stuff, which Sony put money into designing this thing. So it had them maximize the airflow. So I can kind of see where they're coming from to protect their investment. I mean, is PlayStation going to replace your PlayStation 5 if it overheats because they didn't take into consideration the airflow dynamics built into the shell? Probably not. They're going to say it's up to you, you voided your warranty. So I don't think Sony's that altruistic. I think that they just saw missed dollars and that's what they were doing. But, on one hand, I can see where it could cause problems. And then on the other, it's Sony being a greedy company. But they have to protect their patent or they're going to lose it. So I can see why they did it. I don't think I'm going to buy one neither. I would rather, because they're going to be outrageously priced. They're going to be like $100 for a pair of plates or something. I don't remember what PlayStation was selling them for back in the day when they were selling them. But Sony's probably going to make a buck off of them. You're going to, and it'd be much cheaper and much easier to wrap your console at that point. You can just get wrap vinyl, and people are already doing that. You can already buy vinyl to wrap it. So, Nick, what do you think, man? Are you going to buy you one?
Probably not. And the reason why, I probably would, because I like that kind of stuff, and I would probably find one that was cool and be like, yeah, I'll get it. But I probably won't. And the reason why is because my PlayStation sits behind my TV. So I can't even see the PlayStation unless I look on the other side of my television, because the thing is gigantic. So really, I couldn't put it in front of the TV because the TV sits, I got a new television and it sits pretty low on the stand. So you really can't put anything in front of the TV. Unless I had it mounted or something, which I don't. I have it just sitting on the stand. So really everything, all the consoles, except for the Xbox, is actually on my bookshelf. But the PlayStation had to go behind the TV and everything. So I can't really see the PlayStation, so I wouldn't have a point. But if I rearranged some things or something came up where I could put the PlayStation in a different section, I would put a new faceplate on it. But yeah, I mean, I can understand that. They got to protect their patents and various things like that, and the way that they design stuff. And I'm sure this place, it could have been too that Sony was going to patent and then license it out to them to say, okay, now you can start doing it, right? And come back and start making these official ones. But yeah, so I mean, I guess they got to do what they got to do as a company. I'm just wondering. I kind of wonder, like, it seems like the PlayStation 5 would be ripe for that type of thing with the faceplates, and I'm wondering if that was initially Sony's, plan to make this. Because I mean, at first, when this other company came out and started doing it, it almost seemed like that wasn't Sony's plan. Like they didn't plan on doing that at all, which seemed like a really missed opportunity for them. Because it's like, if you can take them off, and you can take them off somewhat easily, they're not super hard to take off, but they're not super simple to take off, but you can take them off, then why wouldn't they make interchangeable ones that you can buy? I mean, because 360 did that, and I love that on 360. I would buy ones all the time and pop them in and out all the time. So, and I wish the Xbox Series X did that. I wish you could take the outer shell off and put a new shell on it. And of course, you could wrap them. You can wrap the Xbox and you can wrap the PlayStations. Yeah. So I like the interchangeable shells, and I wish more companies did that. I wish Xbox would go back to doing that. It's cool to see that Sony's going to do this. Just hopefully it's not overly priced and they have some really cool plates, not just like solid colors and crap. Like I want some designs, like, for like maybe the new Horizon, they come out with like a Horizon Forbidden West one that looks really cool, or the new, God of War, they have a God of War one that looks really awesome. That would be pretty cool, because then I'd be like, hey, I'll buy one of those, to stick on there. Dark Souls one, or the Elden Ring that's coming out, maybe one of those on there or something like that. I don't know. There could be some really cool designs out there for that stuff.
Yeah. Now, let me ask you guys this. We all love custom stuff. None of us really can afford, because none of them are actually available to buy, like the new Halo Series X and blah, blah, blah. Now, the Halo Series X is a customized case, Halo design, with the Halo controller and all that. The PlayStation 5, those things pop on and off. So, I mean, really, Sony has no way to truly give you to sell a custom console now, like they did with all the others, because you could buy a a Horizon custom PS5 4. Now, you can't really do that now because it's just all pop on and off. So, I mean, that's kind of but it's kind of a good thing too, because they can sell a lot more different faceplates, I think, than they could sell the custom consoles themselves. It's a cheaper product to make. It's a cheaper product to put out. And, they could probably, let's say they're selling $100 for a set of standard, let's say standard black or some sort of design on it. But when they come out with Horizon, their special made ones, they'll sell for 150. So I wonder how that's going to truly affect things, because I love to have me some custom consoles, but you can't really do that now with PlayStation.
I think that they'll
except
still
for
do
maybe
it.
the audio stuff.
I think they'll do it. Well, yeah, because the Master Chief Xbox came out with its own little audio, but PlayStation can do plenty, right? They can make embossed panels. They can change the center column color. They can do RGB LEDs, and like you said, different sounds, which that's all firmware controlled in my opinion. Just do firmware for that. But and the LEDs, they can do something cool with that. But yeah, you can do, the only thing they can really do is change the center column colors, do some sound TIFF, do some RGB lights, because you can buy embossed plates and all that kind of stuff. The only thing they can do is maybe make different shapes for the PS5 special editions. I don't know. It's going to come in the shape of one of the bots or the robots and freaking Forbidden West. That'd be cool. But yeah, I agree with you. There's not much they can do, but maybe their plan is just because, this is a huge aftermarket. If you can just swap plates, be like, well, Halo, if Xbox was doing it, it's like, okay, cool, Halo's coming out. And then, this time next year, or maybe they just came out with some the Horizon. We got some Horizon plates, and now we got this, but you can't do that with the Xbox. It's a fridge. It's a giant ass fridge. They could have easily done it with slide-on plates or something, but PlayStation, I think, is in a better market position for this. They should have monetized it. And if they weren't planning to monetize it, that's kind of a dumb thing. I don't get that. But I do think they were probably planning on it, and this company was just infringing upon it, because they didn't actually sue them. They basically, when they first came out with the name PlayStation, PlayStation reached out and been like, there's a little bit too close for comfort. You guys need to change this. So they changed it to Customize My Plates, or CMP. And then they came out after them and said, you have to stop doing this. We didn't license this to you. So I don't think there was ever a lawsuit. There was cease and desist, and the company's like, oh, we don't want to get in trouble. So they stopped doing it. And from what I read, the plates were $49.99 all the way up to $69.99. So, this company was doing it in non-mass quantities, and they were able to do it as cheap as $49.99 to $69.99. So if Sony starts coming out with $100, $150 plates, there's a problem.
Yeah, I hope they're not that expensive. That would be expensive. If they're $100 or $150 plates, they can forget about it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Sony has to keep it to that same price margin as the other company. They have to, because as much as I would love to see some badass God of War plates on my console, it ain't happening for more than $60, 70 at the most. It's just not.
But they'll allow you to swap out your faceplates when you feel like it. Like, I'm tired of looking at this plate. Let me... you're going to become, what was it, old Raj in Big Bang Theory, where he was dressing up Siri in different phone cases. I'm going to put her in a little black dress tonight. She's got a red dress. She's got a little leopard print for later. I even got this cool little camo one, so.
Yeah,
it'd be
and
cool.
then she drowned at the end of the episode.
You don't want your PlayStation to drown, but,
No, it's an interesting concept, and Sony really did. I think they put a lot more thought into this console design than just to keep the airflow and all that. I think they've really thought about those plates. So I agree. They had to think, all right, so we get it out there, we get it on market, and then at some point we'll start releasing plates. And they probably got a stockpile somewhere.
Or they've got some licensed people already on the books for it that they've said, okay, you got to wait for us to give you this approval, and then we'll give you the stamp approval. But it also kind of begs to, why is the patent coming so late as well? I almost think that almost makes me think this was something they didn't see coming. And if they did,
that would be a really, really big, stupid move on somebody's part.
Right. But
that's what I was saying. Because the patent was so late, and just the way that Sony was acting made me feel like the plate exchange, changing the plates out, was not an idea for them. Maybe it crossed somebody's mind at one point and they decided no, and then that they weren't going to do it. And it almost felt that way, because it's like, you would think they would have, one, gotten the patent already for that, and two, would have already started to make these plates, That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I'm thinking so too. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense why the patent's almost a year after the PlayStation even came out. Should have been patented long before it came out and all that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah. They should have definitely had that all figured out and set up way before release. Yeah, I mean it's an odd thing because Sony's usually, when it comes to screwing people and making money, they're usually ahead of the curve. So I'm surprised, but I do like the idea of cool. I mean, right now, mine sits to the right of my TV. My Xbox is on the left. I like to be able to just look over and, see some badass Transformers or Naruto or, Dead or Alive boobies or something like that, but I'm worried that Sony's just going to get too damn greedy. Sorry, Pat.
Yeah, no, I was going to say I'd have to move my PlayStation because right now it's tucked into a cubby and all you can see is the front of it because it's laying horizontally on there. So all you see is the front. And I'm like, so I guess if I do some custom plates, I'd have to put it up on top of the entertainment center rather than inside the cubby because my Xbox is dead center, my PlayStation to the right, and my SAN is to the left. So I don't, it doesn't behoove me to wrap my Xbox or do anything with my PlayStation unless I'm going to pull them out of that cubby because of that stuff.
And by the way, good use of the word behoove me. I haven't heard that in a long time. I was kind of surprised you said that. But Google that, Nick. It's really neat. Nick, would you, if you had yours set up, would you spend $50 to $70 for like a really kick-ass, Metroid or Castlevania or some crap on the side of yours?
Yeah, I don't see them having a Metroid or Castlevania one. Maybe a third party would have that, but I would, but I wouldn't. I don't know. I don't even know if 70 would be. That would be like really. I would have to really be into that faceplate for that. $50 is what I'm looking at. $50, give me a cool looking faceplate, and that's about it. Like anything higher than that, a piece of plastic with a nice picture on it ain't really worth it. So,
what if it's all cool and embossed and raised and painted and cool stuff?
Hey, if it's all cool and embossed and it's got lighting and and I don't know, it's got weird crap on it and stuff that looks really awesome, then
it's Castle Grayskull and the drawbridge drops down and comes out.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
God,
I'll get you next time, He-Man. That's what it says. That's what it says when you turn it off.
Yeah.
I'll get you next time, He-Man.
The drawbridge drops down and the He-Man standing there with this sword. I have the power.
And when you turn it on, it goes, I have the power.
Right.
That would be, I'd probably spend $150 for that. That would be awesome.
The things we would spend money on.
Yeah, don't even get me started. I had a whole argument with my wife and stuff, and my sister-in-law about shit like that today. So real quick, I wanted to point this out. So I'm looking online, by the way, guys, I'm going to send this to you for my Christmas ideals. They have the skins you can put on your PS5 right now. Basically right around $25. Front and back, from God of War, Naruto, Venom, the
are you talking about just
Kombat
wraps?
one. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, so not the PlayStation official one, just the wraps.
Exactly. Now, really, what are the wraps going to be? Are they going to be, they're not going to be really much different than a wrap. They're really not. They're going to be.
Yeah, it's just do it yourself, though. And
yeah. That's the kicker.
So for those who can't help themselves, this is a worthless thing for you to buy.
Exactly.
I'm horrible at putting a sticker on, so I don't know.
I suck. So
you just got to give it to your kid, Nick. Your kid puts stickers everywhere. Mine does. So I'm like, hey, can you put this sticker on my PlayStation for me?
That's true. You should see my cell phone, my screen protector. I put it on myself, and you can tell.
Yeah, mine too.
About a quarter of it's actually protected.
Yeah.
But, so Amazon's got these wraps on there for give or take $25 to $30. And it's this Naruto one here is so goddamn badass. I freaking love it. And here's what's really cool is this one here is 5 different skins. So is it really worth it? As long as you can align line A and line B together, is it really worth it to buy a plate?
It depends on what's worth to you.
Right. A plate. Well, you just said a plate's reusable. A plate's reusable and these aren't, right? So if you get tired of the one you got on, you got to peel it off and put the other one back on or put another one on.
That is true. Or
unless you buy a bunch of blanks.
You just cover it. And just keep going over the old one.
Yeah, it doesn't quite work that way.
That thick.
It'd be like your license plate.
Exactly.
I guess you could go buy a bunch of white blanks and then just put all them on there. I don't know what PlayStation charges for new plates for the outside.
Yeah.
Because I have watched plenty of videos where people have broken the pegs off, slide the plate off, because it's not.
Yeah.
I mean, it's on there. I mean, it's like tight. And I've watched plenty of videos where people are like trying to slide it off really, and it's like a bam, and they lift it up, and like 3 of the pegs are broke off. Like,
Oh, see, I would lose my shit with that happening. So, I mean,
don't be a truck mechanic when you're taking it apart, Shane.
I don't think I could help it. I don't have dexterities. It's a really interesting thing. I think I would probably go the wrap direction with it. But I do like the ideal of, lining up all those plates as I've collected them too. So it's really hard to make that kind of decision.
No, when you think about it, it's the stupid shit we do with money.
That is true. Right? That is true.
Yeah. Is it needed? No. Do we want it? Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, we do.
I'm more, if they had official plates, I'd be more of a plate man myself. I would go for the plates than the wraps. But that's just me. You guys have anything else you want to say on this before we end it?
Wrap it up. Get
it?
Do you get it?
Yes, wrap it up.
Now it's turning into a condom commercial.
Mm-hmm. And it's time for us to leave. All right. Well, thanks everybody for listening. Tell us below in the comments, what would you do? What do you like more? Do you like the wraps or are you more of the plates? Do you wrap it up or plate it? Which one do you do? So let us know what you prefer. But thanks for watching, everyone. Hit the like button, make sure to subscribe, and hit the bell notifications to keep up to date with all the videos we do. Oh my gosh. See you next time, everyone. Bye-bye.
See you.